I'm so ready. Okay. I'm going to say what I was trying to say earlier today. I was gone for like 10 days, I want to say. 10 days. And during the 10 days, I bobbed and weaved. Didn't really like want to interact with anybody. But the irony has it, I spent some time doing what I do. What is going on? Why is it freezing now? Is it just me? Oh, it's because I changed my background. Okay, make it make sense. Anyway, okay, so I did watch the board meeting, all the things like that. And so I'm just going to go ahead and start sharing what needs to be shared. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to come grab this. This is my folder. We are going to. Okay, you guys. Let me see what this looks like really quick before I go dive in. Okay. Is it sharing? It is. Okay, cool. We're good to go now. Okay. So when I was on vacation, stuff and things. And mind you, I don't have social media anymore. I literally had to like, I'm not even going to go into this. I'll just say that I had to use a fake account that I've had for like 5 years, to see what was going on because somebody emailed me this. And actually, no, the email just simply said something along the lines of, I'm happy that Decatur's reported on this. It's like, what? It's like Decatur's actually reported on something that I was like sent copious amounts of information to. That's just weird. I would show you the screenshot of me literally saying this out like on the public forum and calling Decatur's out and saying it's almost as if, somebody had sent this information to you and spent 2 hours. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, long story short, I'm dragging them and I'm unapologetic about it. I don't care. They pissed me off so much. So you see this right here. So this is like this Decatur's got a screen grab of the email that was sent out to 22,000 parents in the district. And this because it comes from this program. Hold on, let me pull it back up. It's called Clear. And it says it appears that your primary residence is not within the DeKalb County School District boundaries. You have to pay $7,000 if you want to attend the DeKalb County Public Schools. To which I say, the fuck? I wouldn't pay anyway. Moving on. So yeah, that went out. And so this was kind of like my oh wow, so that just happened. And I guess everybody has now figured out that like I'm not cray cray. I mean, that's kind of debatable. But there's been a lot of stuff and things said to me along the lines of like um it's just not nice things. And a lot of attorneys or I guess it was like attorneys were low-key scared to work with, and I don't believe this at all because my attorney has zero fucking issue working with me on this. He has no issues. He's like, go forth and find more shit, please, by all means. I'm like, okay. So it's not all attorneys. It just turns out to be the attorneys. Nothing. Anyway, maybe not. So this, I'm slinging that word attorney around a lot because, yeah, I had to pull some stunts, y'all. Okay, so this happened. And I was like, okay, well, that's interesting because this gentleman, where is he? Yes, this is the folder I have dedicated for this. All right. So I just want you to listen to like what Allison says. This took place at the board meeting, all right? Listen to how Allison. Let me set the scene first and foremost, okay? The scene was this. Okay, so this is the app or Dekalb County was instructed to you through this. It's new protocol, new. My internet connection is stable as a mofo, but I'm gonna bet it's because of something else. Oh, it's clearing up. Cool. I guess I don't know what's going on, but it's kind of bizarre. It's always resolution on my MacBook. Anywho's moving on. So they approved this, and so this was the proposal sent to them back in January. You see all of the people named. So the student advisory panel or the student like it's called the SAP, and it's basically they're like redistrict. The whole premise of people on that advisory board is to help with redistricting. So in their brains, they thought, okay, well, this would be a really good. This is the scenario I'm going to play out in my head and just stick with it because I don't want to think that they actively went out there and looked for software that does exactly what I said it did and did it on purpose. I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it's true. Unfortunately, the receipts say that it is. So moving on. So this vendor and this program, they were sued and they had to settle. They settled outside of court, I think, in 2022 for like $27.5 million. Sounds familiar, right? Like I've been talking about this data privacy stuff. Okay, so all right, here we go. I'm gonna move on to the next slide. This is me in all my glory, in my bag, doing what I do, which is annotating everything. Because I'm extra like that. I just want to zoom in to make sure you guys can see what it says. Let's see here. Okay, that's better. That's a little much for me though. I can't see a damn thing. Hold on. I'm just trying to see what it looks like for you guys. Not that anyone was watching, but this is just for archival purposes. Oh yeah, that was too large. Okay. All right, so oh shoot, I just blew past that. Okay, there we go. This is the this is what we're dealing with right here, y'all. You see this? Okay, so it says now this is me. These are my annotations, okay? It says interaction or infractions. But this is for clear, which was like I said, the previous. No, I'm getting ahead of myself on that. Oh, let's go. So sorry. It's for this lovely vendor. Moving on. All right, now I'm a little savage when I do my annotations, which again, that was like the point of this and my iPad, because that's why I'm constantly on my iPad, like instead of coloring, it's just I end up doing stupid shit like this. Oh, moving on. So this lovely software is something that I already knew to be evil at its core. Because I had already read the fine print. I happened to see this item on the agenda in March and I read the quote and I was like, I read the proposal, I read the sole source letter, I read the proposals, like I read everything and I was like, Okay, if this is under the guise of the panel that's been designated to redistrict DeKalb County, why? Why are we being so extra? Like, why are they using an app? Oh, maybe I should not. I don't want to do that. Anyway, but like, I was very confused. I was like, why are they using software that's just like so flawed? And also refers to the parents and children as subjects of investigations. I shit you not. You can read this. Ensures that users obtain the full complement of available data on a subject. Legal terms in this contract, that the subject, like I said, would be student and parents. They're the subject. Yeah, so it collects street names, addresses, birthdays, license plates information, can be used a search criteria in several instances. Um, it uses multiple data elements and identifiers to match records and can overcome partial and incomplete data, misspellings, and other errors found in public data. Okay, so comprehensive reports for an individual or a company, as well as streamlined reports, in addition to the content from all relevant data. Says each of these reports allow users to include information on relatives, associates, and neighbors, as well as other important information. I'm just going to leave this here for a second. Now, I will point this out. Within the basic report, it contains information and related address information from the major consumer reporting bureaus, including live gateway calls as available, that return the most up-to-date information available for the subject, along with the information contained in the contact report. The basic report includes additional sections such as businesses registered at the subject's address, driver's license information, and infractions. Okay, so I need everyone just to kind of like remember this is being used or being pitched as the mandatory enrollment software that every child and parent in the district must use. And this isn't even for new people. This is for existing parents and kids, right? So it, um, um hmm. You know, I'm sorry I'm laughing, but you see all the red. Okay, so it's literally giving the district information about infractions, lawsuits, vehicles, real property, watercraft, people associated with the business, other businesses linked to the business address and phone listings. Reports are customizable. Let's see here, regardless, relatives, neighbors, and associates. But in like, okay, so it says they're customizable and can include information such as relatives, neighbors, and associates. Search results can be exported into a CSV format or easy upload to a spreadsheet or database. Reports can also be exported in Word or PDF. So, okay, so then we're coming down here. Oh shoot, I need to get back to it. So sorry, I need to. So then this is where I'm low key like dying because it's so bad, you guys. Like, hold on, I can't see what I want to see. Oh, there, I'll move it up. Okay, so here we go. So the key data sets. Photo images on criminal records. They give photo images on arrest and criminal records when available from the sources. These images will be displayed on arrest records, sex offender records, and selected Department of Correction records. The phone data. This is the catch, because this is an app on every parent's phone in the district. Yes, you heard that correct. It is an app downloaded on a phone across the district. And then they have their computer one. We're just going to stick to the phone piece right now. Cell phone data. No service other than Clear offers gateway access to real-time nationwide phone data. This real-time gateway, Clear, provides comprehensive phone data, including detailed carrier contact information for cell phones, landlines, and voice over IP. That's what VoIP means. So additionally, the phone records data set provides access to hundreds of millions of phone records, including more than 200 million cell phone numbers, as well as landline numbers and voice over IP numbers. This right here, I wrote that's an overreach because that is the most invasive shit I've ever seen. It truly is. Now, if we're out here suing companies like Facebook and Google and all that for privacy, all right? I'm just going to put in the context because this is what the context it belongs in. If we're out here filing lawsuits, governments filing lawsuits against Google, FCC slaps them around, stuff like that, because of the privacy policies or the data collecting and stuff like that. Okay, cool, got it. All right, well, explain to me why it's okay for a private entity who does not offer their services for free. You must pay for these. Why is it okay for these people to come out here and do what Google, Facebook, everybody else got caught doing, right? But they're allowed to do it. Now, they're pinging cell phone towers to get IP addresses that will track where you are at all times. I don't care what bullshit excuse they put out into the ether last week when they were trying to scramble and say, oops, we didn't do that. It was an accident. It's a new system. We'll get the bugs work. I don't care what they said. As soon as that story hit my inbox, and I was like, oh, you're going to do what? Okay, you see this though? PII, PHI, HIPAA, FERPA. So I could keep going, but this all falls under the government. It's a literal, man, this is what I do. I digress though. A certain school district still thinks it's cool to just go do this. And the reason I'm doing this publicly is I would say since January, a lot of people have questioned why I was frantic about a bill. My bill is HB 268, now known as Act 17, the school safety bill. Seems harmless, right? Until you read the fine print. Well, within the fine print, everything you see in here is absolutely 100% allowed under OCGA now. But people thought I was overreacting. I never was. I knew as soon as I heard what they were doing, I knew what it was. I was like, oh, let me go check some contracts real quick. And yeah, definitely got the contracts. Definitely found things I did not want to find. Definitely saw that, oh, I don't know, they've been harvesting data. And like, I mean, this is a statewide effort, mind you. That's why GDAC was created. That's a whole different ballgame. Anyway, continue on. Here you go. Here's another one. Violations, PII, PHI, HIPAA, no parental consent. Look at this. investigators and analysts with information from a credit bureau. Real-time vehicle registration data. Access to vehicle registration data for 45 jurisdictions, providing up-to-date information on vehicles and their registered owners. It provides comprehensive data on business entities, including small and privately held companies. This content includes both U.S. company information and international company information. Anyway, so then we go into the advanced features and capabilities, right? This is where all the fun stuff comes in. It allows users to get an immediate overview of a person or business and to quickly get a sense of potential risk associated with the subject. Users, meaning the end user, meaning the district, the individuals who have signed into a contract with this company, they are the users. The parents are not the users. The parents are the subjects. The students are the subjects. The district is the user. Moving on. So users can customize the dashboard to ensure a focus on data that's most relevant to them. Vital statistics. What they're not saying here, whenever you see the word vital, that falls under HIPAA. That falls under medical everything. Why is it so fucking janky? Like, I don't understand. Like, what happened? What is going on? Hold on. Maybe it's my Wi-Fi up here or some shit. Like, this should be janky. Let me see. Maybe I just need to refresh. Okay, it looks better. I guess what the fuck? That was weird. Anyway, so whenever you see the word vital, that falls within this. You see that PHI and HIPAA. That's the really bad data. That's the data you really don't want to fuck with. Linked searching. To dive deeper into return data, linked searches include address, business name, driver's license number, email address, person name, phone number, and social security numbers. Yeah. So then we get into the data source transparency. In Clear, sources and their corresponding purported dates are provided with search results to provide maximum transparency to the user, not to the subject, to the user. The reported dates shown on records indicate the dates of the transaction or activity associated with the record. In contrast, many providers, they're actually bragging about how fucking invasive they are. I'm just going to show you that. In contrast, many providers of investigative database services list the date that the information was most recently updated in their database, and not when it was updated at the source. Clear shows the actual date of the update and the source data. Okay, let me just put this in the context. Metadata does not belong in the hands of a school district who, and this is every school district, does not belong in the hands of a school district full of individuals who have not been trained to handle sensitive data and who have not been certified to do that. Metadata is not something that they should have at any time. I digress. They now have it. So, and users can be assured, again, users, not subjects, users. So the preferences allows users to create preferences for conducting linked searches. Permissible users, user profile, display order dashboard regarding data, including in the quick analysis flags and associate and analytical modules. It's so bad. And then we have, here it is, Clear mobile access. Clear users can access critical data on their smartphones and mobile devices. Clear Mobile does not restrict data return, so users have access to the same results. That in the same results and information that they would. So it's saying that as a user of the software, meaning the end user who has entered into a contract with the vendor, they can have this software on their phone as the user, not the subject. And they have real-time access to everything as if they were on their computers. And it includes the vital statistics in each search result and comprehensive report. It automatically detects a user's mobile device type and seamlessly logs in the user to a streamlined mobile version. For investigators who need to conduct more powerful analysis on clear results, clear data can be found readily integrated with I2 analyst notebooks and some other vendor. Additionally, clear link charts can be easily dragged and dropped or exported into this notebook. Yeah, we want to be able to drag and drop social security numbers, full names, birth dates, telephone numbers, addresses, that's what we want. Google Maps compatibility provides mapping of address data powered by Google Maps in several areas, including the. So, okay, I'm gonna stop on this page. I'll just take this in. This lovely, abysmal company is actively in cahoots with Google and a contract with Google, and they are harvesting data by proxy of Google Maps, to be specific. Now, tracking, so that they are tracking with cell phone data against the subject's consent. They're scraping web archives on subjects. I mean, it's in this contract. I was just kind of blowing through it. It's all the fine print, man. It's in there. I'm not making it up. It's in there. Lord help. Okay, so here's what people have not. So this is another thing people haven't seen. The content. This is everything that it searches. You see this? You see what all they have. Okay, so I just want to know intellectual property. Port search. And within the person search, there's a whole bunch of hell no in there. I'm looking at a whole bunch of stuff that should not be. Oh, license search, by the way. Yep. Definitely violating PHI and HIPAA with this one. Healthcare licenses, the NPI identifier. Oh my God. Phone search. Oh yeah, it allows the end user to do a reverse phone number lookup, business phones. I mean, totally normal for a school district. Driver's license, healthcare license, marijuana related businesses. NPI, again, healthcare. Professional licenses. Let's just keep going, shall we? All right, so this is something that was pitched in 2014. I'm just gonna leave that there for a second. Okay. You see, it was sent to the student assignment director in October. Key investigative content, license plate recognition data. You see all of that? You see this? Bank account data, passport checker, photo images on criminal records, cell phone data, credit reporting. real-time vehicle registration data, global business data, advanced features, and this is the contract. This was the proposal, the pitch, and what was signed. I'm just interpreting this for you guys. I'm not the one that did this, and I'm not making accusations. I am literally providing the public with public documentation that is readily available on the March 2025 Board of Education agenda. So I got all of this from. Okay, moving on. Yeah, so it's telling this lovely lady, batch services alerts. Oh yeah, here's the alerts. With clear alerts, users can automatically monitor the status of a selected attribute or subject. I'm just gonna let that sit for a second. Or subject. Hold on, I got a text. Ooh. Sorry, my husband found a pair of shoes I like for him, not me. All right, so back to this. So you know why everybody got alerted? You see this, Clear sends a notification to the user about the updated information. When either new information is added or information changes on the selected attribute or subject, they send a notification to the user. So, okay, why do I have... So sorry. Okay, so when everybody got pinged with that lovely, like, you're out of the district based off of this arbitrary bullshit, and if you want to remain in the district, you can, but you have to pay $7,000. Well, yeah, that's because of the advanced features and capabilities. Vital statistics, linked searching, entity resolution, relevance scores, data source transparency. Yeah. User preferences. Oops, let me get back to it. Sorry about that. Here it is. The mobile access clause. Clear users can access critical. I mean, it's just like, it's just so compatibility with analytical Google Maps. So here's the thing. I would be happy to further discuss with you the exclusive features, services, and content available for Clear. If you have any questions concerning this document or require additional, please do not hesitate to contact me. Sincerely, Tom. See this one? Yeah, see that? Yeah, see it? You see this? So this is what it is. And then it was actually pitched to parents as mandatory enrollment. And that's where they left it. They have like a little one-pager they put out there, like a fact sheet that was complete and utter bullshit. I already had, I saw that and immediately was like, oh, y'all just out here. Oh, okay. Yeah. Clear obtains, okay, so policy standards, managers are, yeah, so within, I'm trying to find where it shows it's taking away the district's right to keep the information in-house. Here we go. Yeah, they're not expert security professionals. I've already vetted that. Web servers are configured to disable unnecessary. So there was an actually in one of these I need to find, but in one of these it literally says it harvests it will harvest every single website you go to, and it collects the passwords and the metadata for that. So I'm just the interpreter. I didn't sign anything. I'm just the interpreter. Yeah. Yep. So there's a servers. These are hosted servers, which historically speaking, cloud hosted servers are the easiest servers to hack. They have absolutely nothing in here that tells us what type of encryption they are going to be using that will protect the data. And so there's workstations. About corporate governance, read about our products, our procurement guide. Okay, so I went ahead and did this. I went ahead and downloaded. So, okay, so here, I'm going to show you now what they did. This is the this is the nail in the coffin. You see the definitions of affiliate agreement, confidential information, documentation, ordering, all of that. IP ownership. Okay. For law enforcement agencies and correctional facilities only. No inmate. You see this? Y'all still want to say that I'm cray-cray? Y'all still want to say that they're not sending your kids shit to the feds? Here's the fine print that the district signed off on. For required regulated data. Enterprise law enforcement subscribers. You know, totally fucking normal. Totally fucking normal. Here, let's see here. Their services. Yeah. Unauthorized unless prior written notice is given to readers, you must not run or install any computer software or hardware on our servers or network. Well, no shit, you're on a fucking hosted network. If you're stupid, then stupid enough to do that, you should be slapped. Sorry, I'm just gonna take one for the team on that team, like hosted server, like cybersecurity person here. Third-party providers. Our services may include. Now I'm gonna just this is what the user or the gentleman who almost didn't get to speak was bringing. He was talking about this. He wanted to know who was able to read or who was getting their data. I should say. I'm so sorry. So there you go. Some third-party providers require routers to pass additional terms through to you. You agree to comply with all the applicable third-party terms therein. Third-party supplemental. You may be required to license third-party software to operate some of your services. Additional terms apply. Use and restrictions. You shall not. All right. Security. Each of us shall at all times comply with the Apple. So within the fine print, your responsibilities right here. You see this? Now, as somebody who privacy right there. I can click these links, but I really don't want to. Here's your confidentiality statement, which essentially says, yeah, we reserve the right to send your shit everywhere. Now, this is what I want to show you. This part, whenever a company does this and they put it in bold print and cap locks, that is where you need to worry. We warrant that we will provide any so this is them saying that we will so by signing this, you are agreeing to allow us to send the data to third-party vendors and basically whoever the hell they want to send it to, right? Now, if that's in there, now watch this. You see, applicable law, entering agreement, neither party has, okay, so anyway, liability. Again, I'm just the interpreter, but when it comes to this, the liability is essentially stating that if, oh shit, sorry about that, you guys. Anyway, so with this clause, it means, once again, the district has entered into a contract where they knowingly signed off, and by doing so, they take all liability, meaning the provider of the software is not responsible for any litigation or civil claims that are filed against them based off of a breach of the privacy policies. So, at any point in time, if the district wanted to sue, they're effed because it's right here. The fine print is right here. They can't. I mean, they can, but they're not going to win. I've seen lawsuits, and the lawsuits against this company are the material breach. You never want to see a material breach within a contract. You never want to see third party rights. You don't want to, no. This just severability, consent of electronic communications, notices. So I'm gonna stop my share on that for real quick. So what I'm getting at, this is a really good case study if anybody wants to understand like why I've been out here like, hi, does anybody give a shit? Every contract I've come across for any platform that's being used, every single vendor has had this district and every district that they are currently in waive liability, waive anything that results in litigation. So, meaning if a parent like me who happens to work in cybersecurity, because that's what I've done my entire career, finds out that this has been going on and like our kids' shit and our shit has been being sent to third parties, and furthermore that information is now being sent to the feds and has now been codified under OCGA, and that Chris Carr has an immunity clause, as do the board reps and the superintendent, very loosely. So, gentlemen, at the board meeting on the 14th last week was signed up to speak. I know that because I'd already downloaded that agenda. In fact, I wanted to be an ass, which I can be an ass. My lawyer might get mad, but whatever. Fuck it. This is learning purposes. I am not defaming anybody. I'm just doing my duty. This is my mandatory. I'm supposed to do this kind of stuff. I'm just gonna pull this up real quick, you guys. Let me see if it opens. Yep, there it is. Okay, so we are going to come down. I don't want that. I'm going to find the spot that I need to show you guys that this gentleman, I'm dying. I could show you guys all the evidence that you want when it comes to the hold on, firm bank, MOA, aligning state literacy policies and practices. Hey, my work. That's cute. Let's see here. Student services. I find it funny that Dr. Sauce did not present these things. Stacy Stepney did. I don't wonder why. I know why. Anyway, so I'm trying to find the needle in the haystack. Hold on. And that would be the people that had signed up to speak. Hold on. Convene to the business meeting. Hold on. I missed a page. Okay. Sorry. That's the ready for action items. Hold on, you guys. Oh, that's bizarre. Where did it go? Hold on. I know it's here. I'm just trying to find it. Other efforts. Swear to God. Hold on. I just have to like. Okay, here we go. Oh, hold on. Hold on. So this was the original version that I'm looking at. Ooh, I just found some tea. Hold on. So what happens in our district is they tend to update things in real time. So you have to like download every iteration of the contract or of the agenda. So, and I truly mean that. Like, so like the day it drops and then you just keep hitting download because it can change. See, like I'm looking right now, the speakers changed. I've got 7 different versions of the agenda. This is post meeting after the meeting had wrapped up. And I do that too. I go back in and I'm like, hey, hold on. I will show you once I get this. There he is. Okay, so for reference, I want to show you this now. Okay. No. Let's come here and let's get that one. Okay. So this right here. This gentleman. My guy right there. Hold on. I have to highlight him. Why is it not showing? Oh, there it goes. It's rolled over. So this gentleman right here, Michael Green, updated 7/14/2025, meaning he was a last minute ad, but nonetheless, he was on the roster to speak. So I'm putting it in context. I'm framing it that way. It's on paper. It's on paper. All right. So I'm going to hit stop share. And so now I'm going to I'm such a savage. I'm an ass, but not really. I'm just doing my job. This is my job. Okay, so I'm going to show you what happened after everybody spoke. I'm going to play this video real quick, okay? And then I'm going to get to the spot where I need to get to before I hit play. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to come back over here and hit share. Watch and listen, please.
All right. That looks like all of our speakers for this evening. Thank you to those who came to speak to us. And Madam Chair, that includes the speakers for this evening.
Thank you very much. At this time, it is requested that the DeKalb County Board of Education convene the July 14, 2025 business meeting. May I have a motion to convene? Mr. DeCosta, is there a second? Mr. Ziffer, thank you so much. All in favor? Raise hands. Come in. All of that stuff in the executive session because we've got to go back to the business meeting. The ones that we have to do.
And I'll say, here, watch this. Yes. Step there. Cut it down. See the HUD. See the HUD link.
Please forgive us a second.
Hold on. I'm muting that so you guys can hear me. You need to understand like that what is taking place, and what I'm actually gonna hit pause. Let me make sure you can hear me. Okay, so the reason that I'm muting it and coming off of what is happening is the gentleman, Michael Green, had signed up to speak. He was on the roster. Somebody in the audience, when Deirdre and Allison were saying, may I get someone to raise their hand so we can convene to the business meeting? Nobody raised their hand. Why? Well, because somebody in the audience said, there's one more. You forgot someone. That didn't come from anybody in the back. That came from somebody up here in the front. And these folks that sit up front, these are the people that, like the attorneys and like all the heads of departments and stuff like that. So what you're looking at is Deirdre, I'm so sorry, the board chair and then the vice chair being extremely confused and not wanting to listen to people literally trying to prevent them from getting in trouble. So the gentleman was there to speak about something. Just watch. You don't really need to hear it, but just, you see, I'm just going to show you like this whole I'm low-key dying because I'm watching these three over here. So Dejan Ziffer, I can't even pronounce his last name still to this day, the newest member. And then you got Tiffany Hogan sitting over here all by herself. And then you got, right there, you got the board chair, you got the board vice chair, you got the attorney, you got Horton. I'm just sitting here like, oh, what's going on? Now, if I were to turn the volume on, you would likely hear some tea. But you see his posture right there? You see the John's posture, and you see they're all huddled up. That's not a good thing. Because this one and this one and that one, y'all can't see my, but this is where all hell's breaking loose. Like, you used to, like, look at this. Ooh, this takes place for 7 effing minutes. They are really confused, y'all. They're really confused. So they turned the elevator music on thinking we couldn't hear them. However, you can definitely still hear them. There are a lot of hot mic moments. And you see him? He is just like not comfortable. Oh, I digress. So yeah, I'm just gonna fast forward and hit play. It doesn't get any better. It's just it's actually another, and so it's going to get to the point where I think I counted there were 3 different individuals up here trying to explain to the board chair and the vice chair why they had to allow this individual to speak. Now, when we speak at board meetings, we have to give them the reason as to why we're speaking. Now, this gentleman gave his reason. These 3 right here knew, because the board chair and the vice chair and the superintendent are the 3 people that set the agenda. And you see Dijon talking to Horton right there. And then there's Lucas. Okay, so we officially have, that's the board, that's a board council right there. That's who that is. And she's over here like, look, let me show you some stuff. Let me show you this, right? And so here she goes. She's gonna come over here and talk to Horton and show Horton, yo. She's trying to get him to sign some paperwork. I don't know why. Then there goes Lucas. All right, let's kind of fast forward. I mean, it's a shit show. Like, it's like complete chaos. And then watch this. Like, hold on, let me back up just a second. Let you listen to this part. Oh, look at her face. Her face says everything. Allison's face is giving me life because she in her bag. She is so mad right now. So I'm gonna turn this down because it's a little loud. No, it's actually not that loud. So here we go.
Final speaker this evening. That speaker is Michael Green. You have 3 minutes.
Good afternoon.
Okay. Let me back out of that one. Let me show you the next video that I have for you. Hold on. Where'd it go? Dekalb. So that's the, here it is. 3. Here you go.
Good afternoon. My name is Michael Green. I want to say good evening to the board, administrators, and fellow community members. Thank you for the opportunity to speak this evening. I'm here to express deep concern on behalf of many families regarding the recent implementation of the CLEAR residency verification system, a third-party platform that we did not consent to, were not informed about during registration, and frankly are alarmed to learn is now part of our district operations. Let me begin with the issue of consent. At no point were families given the option to opt into CLEAR. We weren't asked, we weren't informed, we weren't even told that our personal information would be shared with an outside entity. In any other setting, whether in healthcare, employment, or financial services, sharing someone's private data without clear permission would raise serious ethical and legal questions.
I'm gonna get back to it in a second. You need to understand this right here is the crux of why I'm showing this. All right. I'm showing you this because you need to understand that, like, outside of my shiny object syndrome thing that's going on right here. Hold on. I'm gonna hit stop sharing this window for a second. I'm showing you this because everything that gentleman just said financial services, health care, business profession, if any of us that worked in those fields sent someone's sensitive data to a third party without their consent, that is grounds for being arrested. I shit you not. You will get arrested and fined. Again, all one has to do is Google Goodwill, FBI, lawsuit, circa maybe 2013, 2012, 2013. Yeah, that would be for me. Because as somebody who works in cybersecurity, I'm a mandatory. I reported my own company. And then I was released from my job because I was considered collateral damage. Unfortunately for them, they didn't know I'd already filed with the FBI, and so they got raided. It was fun, and they got sued. I'm an asshole like that, but not really a bad asshole. I'm a good asshole. There was a lot of people whose information was stolen, right? That's data. Okay. Let me finish watching the rest of the video, and I'll get to what he was talking about right about here.
Any other setting, whether in healthcare, employment, or financial services, sharing someone's private data without clear permission would raise serious ethical and legal questions. Why should our public school system be held to a lower standard? Second, I want to speak on the impact on enrollment. Is already navigating declining student numbers and limited resources. Families are making tough decisions every day about where to send their children, and when policies feel invasive, distrustful, or alienating, they leave people with the option to leave. Then there's the data privacy, a topic that increasingly is on the top of the mind of every parent. We deserve to know how our sensitive data is being stored, who has access to it, and for how long. Are there safeguards against misuse? What happens if they
Forgot to start my sharing again. I'm so sorry, guys. Let me share that. I was in my bag doing something else. I apologize. So sorry. Let me get back to that lovely gentleman's speech. Oh, there it is right there. Okay, I'm so sorry. Now you can see it. Yes, yes, you can see it. You could hear it anyway, but we'll let him finish.
there's a breach? And more importantly, why is the district risking exposure of our family's private information in the first place? Lastly, I urge you to consider the wide range of family circumstances in our community. Not every household fits into a neat box. Many families are navigating divorce, housing instability, job loss, and financial hardship. With these family issues, it's unfairly flagged or denied access to education for not meeting a rigid set of documentation standards. These children are the very ones our public education system should be protecting, not penalizing. In closing, I ask that you reevaluate the implementation of the CLEAR system, suspend its use, and engage in a transparent public dialogue with families. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr.
I had to stop shit on that. I have to go eat. I have a life, but I just wanted everybody to understand. In my world, that is grounds for filing with the reporting agencies. Right? That's what we're legally mandated to do. So hold on, I'm just gonna come out of this full screen and I'm going to show you. Because I don't believe in doing this without receipts. So let me show you one thing and then I have to go. I'll likely get yelled at. Okay, there it is. This is the complaint that I sent on behalf of every single parent and child in DeKalb County. You see that? Fraud, waste, abuse. The GAO, Government Accountability Office. All right, let me show you one more. Because, again, I want to be very transparent about what this has been about for me. Hold on, let me show you. I don't want to be accused of extorting, which, is the narrative right now, I'm assuming. Okay, all right. This right here would be, as of today, You see how many times the company or the federal agency who is responsible for that complaint has read the email? 33 times. 33 times. It was never about extortion. Never has been. It's never been extortion. It is my literal duty to report data breaches. Mandatory reporting. I was trying to prevent almost 100,000 children's information from getting in the hands of the feds. It had nothing to do with personal jabs. I love, like, there are a few individuals in that district I adore and will always adore and will always work with. But what you're not going to do is dead ass tell me you know, and you're not going to close the back door and you're not going to fix it. And then also try and prevent somebody from speaking at the Board of Education meeting because he was speaking about the thing you didn't want people to know about. You thought, hey, if it's coming from her, people don't care. Well, guess what? It ain't just me anymore, is it? So, have a great night. I'm gonna go eat and live life now. But this was just a teachable moment to let everybody know I'm not insane, and this is the fuck shit that I've been dealing with. Okay, bye bye. I have to stop this.